all cool and like,
We're going to the boom boom room.
you know what I'm saying? Try to recapture that, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Me
You know
too.
what I'm
That's what
saying?
I feel too. Like we gotta recapture that.
Don't be perplexed. This how I'm flexing. MCs gon' test me. This how I bless them. Say I didn't warn you. I told you I'm taking no.
Welcome to episode 2. This time, instead of being interviewed, I get the chance to interview somebody. Her name is Miss Sia Love. She's a friend and protege of Dale the Funky Homosapien. I have a short video on my YouTube channel about Dale. The link is below. But anyway, Sia Love is considered a first female for the Manic Mondays crew, which is a crew that Dale organized himself. Recently, Sia Love, Dale, and the amazing producer, Fanatic, have previously been working on songs in the studio. Let's check out some clips right here.
Give me a pen and give me a topic. Give me a mic and there's no option. Give my condolences to my ops friends. This is top tier. They want top 10. Cause this is top tier.
So with no further ado, let's jump right into the interview as it is in session.
But this time I got to really develop a bond with him. He kind of took me under his wing. And so when Manic Mondays took a pause, me and him continued to talk. And then we finally was like, yeah, we should do this. We should make an album together. I was kind of still hesitant to ask him. I was still kind of shy about it, but he, kept encouraging me. And the process of writing with him was amazing. I look at it because I spent a lot of time as a writer and an author and, I look at it as it was like a writing retreat or a fellowship. I mean, I leveled, like your show is called Level Up. I leveled up, like he just really poured into me in a way that I was like, I feel like I can go anywhere now. And that's what he wanted. He was like, you need to feel confident going into any space because after this, you never know who might want to collaborate with you or anything. And you need to know how to, feel confident about what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Right. I mentioned, I know you're part of the Manic Monday Collective, and we're going to put the links at the bottom for all the subscribers to make sure you go out and check out Manic Monday through Dale and yourself. But being like possibly the first female, just to kind of, one of the first females to kind of touch in this group with Souls of Mischief, Dale, Domino, how does that feel like? You say you went to school with Tajay?
So I went to middle school with Tajay.
Okay.
And then by high school, I started dating this guy, and he was already in a group that was a part of the collective that I guess at that time they were called the Mad Circle, I think. And then somebody proposed Hiero, and then it finally landed with Dell. And so I guess it started changing into Hiero, but then Hiero, as you know them today, I'm not necessarily a part of that. I had long gone, but I was a part of the beginnings with so many others who were there. And I forgot what your original question was.
No worries. I'll tell you what, let me go back to the beginning. I want to cover that again. So you said what got you started in rapping was Roxanne Shanté when you first heard her.
Oh yeah, Roxanne Shanté. Ooh, my hero. Yes. I was just like, yes. And then so that was in elementary school for me. And I started writing my little rhymes and breakdance and doing my little stuff and trying to be a little B-girl and all this. But then by middle school, I had changed and I was like, I was into more preppy and rap was slowly changing. And I was like, but I had a friend who was like, no, you gotta listen to this. Listen, he kept put me on to different stuff. And then he was like, listen to this. And Princess of the Posse came on and mine was blown. I was like, this is gorgeous. This is a masterpiece. Right? I was like, this is amazing. And I can't remember what came first, if it was that or Cha 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 from
MC Light.
Yeah. But when I heard Lights Cha Cha Cha, everybody in the Bay Area then seemed like they was on it. Like before, I didn't really know a lot of girls who were into hip hop either in the way of wanting to create and rhyme. I didn't know. But when I heard Cha Cha Cha, so many people is like swarmed around it, and I was just like, oh, her style is so simple, so direct, it just was, I was like, I could do this, I could replicate this, or I could, it just inspired me to feel like I could do it. I just was, those was my heroes, Shanté, Latifah, and Light. And
Wow,
then
that's
Moni
awesome.
Love when she came in, and yeah.
Yep, Moni Love, that's classic. So giving them their props to get you started in rapping, but you also do poetry and you wrote a book, correct?
Right. So then by the time I got to college, I went away to college.
Okay.
And I didn't have the same, obviously, the group with me. Like I'm telling you, when I was in high school, we used Dre, the Emperor. I was in the rap group with him, and his house was the hub.
Uh-huh.
And so we was always over there, and we would analyze lyrics. We would talk about, it was just all this, I don't know, this really creative space. And then when I got to Howard, I didn't have that group with me anymore, and I didn't know how to find a hip hop hub or community to be a part of. And so I
Hmm.
kind of just let it go. And then by the time I got to grad school, I decided, oh, I want to write a book. And eventually, like you saw, I wrote a poetry book, and I just started focusing on poetry. And yeah.
So you're multi-talented. So let me ask you your opinion. What do you think the stage of hip hop is now compared to how it was back in the early late 80s, early 90s? Do you think it's changed? You think it's better or worse?
Ugh. Obviously, it has changed. The late 80s and 90s. I mean, obviously, it has changed. Like, I'll just speak in terms of like the representation of women. Like, I don't think that we didn't hear like women being referred to as bitches until like,
Right.
so I don't know when that was, but that was probably when I was in middle school, which probably made me be like, "Ah, I don't want to do this anymore." And then and then even the presentation of women, the over sexualization of women, that wasn't happening. Women were sex like Salt and Pepper, they was sexy.
Yeah.
Women were sexy,
Right.
but we weren't like overly sexualized to the point where what are we buying? Are we buying the content? Or are we buying the, you know, the porn? Like what's happening here? So there's that. You see that over sexualization of women happening in general, right?
Right.
Across the board, not even just in hip hop. I'm never gonna give up on hip hop. Some people, there's a trend. I mean, I've been hearing different things where people kind of like blaming hip hop as this source of bad music. I'm never gonna blame hip hop. That's internalized racism. That's what people do. Black people get duped into believing that the things that they do are bad when it's the industry who has corrupted it, right?
Right.
It's not the art itself. The art is the art. It started off as a social justice movement. It
Hmm.
was for the
Hmm.
kids. It was for the community.
So in the Bay Area, I mean, you got artists like Too Short, E40, but you also have like another side of the house where you have people like Farside, Souls of Mischief, and Dale. Do you think coming from the Bay Area, there's like room for both styles? Because I think I would assume, like the Too Short and that style
Yeah.
is slightly different from like a Souls of Mischief, Dale style.
Oh, of course, there's room for like more than that.
Hmm.
That's another trick they do for black people. Like whenever we get into something, it can only be one or a few. Basically, for other genres of music, we never ask, is it too much? Are
Is it
there
too
too many
much? Right.
voices? Are there too many white actors? Are there too many blonde actresses? Are there too many stories about this, that, and the other that pertain to other groups besides black people? When it comes to black people, it's always a question of limitation. So I'm gonna
Right.
say, yes, it's there's still plenty of room for plenty more.
So let me ask you this. I know we kind of spoke on it a little bit, but I want to go back to the atmosphere in the studio while you were working with Dale and Fanatic. Now you said this was at Dale's house that you guys did the
Right. The
recording
studio
at.
was like, mm-hmm.
Okay, did you feel like it was kind of a laid back session, or do you feel like you guys really still put the work in as if you were in a big studio?
Oh, I mean, Dell is a consummate professional. So, and all three of us really have our professionals from, I bring my professionalism from other aspects and areas, but nobody was lollygagging. We come
Right.
in, we listen to the beat, and we write. And a lot of times I would write based on like Dale would already have had a concept maybe,
Hmm.
and he
Hmm.
had the hook. And based on that, I would write, or maybe he had his verse and then I would write, or if I had a verse, then he like, okay, this is what she talking about. Okay, then he would write. So we fed off of each other a lot.
Hmm. Hmm.
And even though, like I said, it was no lollygagging, it still would take a lot of time. A lot of times it was because of me. I write really slow. I ain't
But
gonna
it comes out good.
And so we would be there late and we'd get like 1 to 2 songs done. And then
Right.
we would listen to it, figure out what our beat is going to be for the next time. We'd listen to some, and okay. Yeah.
You know, I asked you if you would consider doing a full length album on your own.
Hmm.
And you know, with that album, I'm just imagining here, would it be something where not just lyrically, but would it be socially conscious? You know, you seem like a very in the community type person. Um,
Hmm.
that's in support of, you know, the community. Like with your songs, like I don't think we have that now. Uh,
Right.
you know,
That's
most of the
one way it's
women are,
changed.
yeah, talking one way or the other. You know what I mean, very sexualized. But I don't think we have the Queen Latifahs or the Sister Soldiers or anything like that now. But
Mhm.
what do you think about that?
You're right. That is a big way that things have changed, that we don't have that direct. Like I remember when I was, this is like maybe 10 years ago or so, when I was teaching high school, and one of the kids was like, "Oh, back in your day, rap was like social justice and stuff, huh?" So that's how different it is, that the student was able to see it as like kind of an anomaly. Whereas that's what it started off as. It started
Right.
off as fun, social justice, different things to help really the community, as a
Right.
container for the community, right?
There's a difference between how young women came out in our day, like Queen
Oh,
Latifah, MC
hmm,
Light,
hmm,
Roxanne Shanté, and it was more of a social awareness as opposed now it's
yeah.
more sexuality, I would think. But what do you think
Hmm.
about that?
Yeah. And I'm not against like sensuality, sensuousness and sexuality. I'm not against that, but we're seeing like a distortion of it. We're seeing
Hmm.
extremes of it. But in
Hmm.
terms of if I were to do an album myself, I because I think that's what you had asked originally.
Yes,
I,
right.
I really
Originally.
don't know, because when me and Dale, when we went in, we was like, we gonna write about nothing. Like we
Hmm.
didn't come with an agenda to write about. We like, we're gonna write about nothing, but then writing about nothing inevitably became something. So
Right.
we can have a song about self-hate or self-love, depending on how you want to. And in my verses, still is really speaking to women who have maybe chosen poorly due to self-hate, and even
Hmm.
honoring women who are victims of domestic violence. And his is about internalized racism.
Mm.
So we have different perspectives that we brought to the self-hate topic. Then we got um just other stuff that start off like it might sound braggadocious, but then you hear little stuff inside. You're like, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Right. Oh man. Well, again, you know, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. I really appreciate it. I mean, all the work you've done so far, teaming up with Manic Mondays, teaming up with Fanatic, you know, doing this new work. You wrote a book. I mean, to me, you're an amazing person. I think you should just, you know, keep going. And hopefully if Domino sees this, maybe they'll shoot a video for the song. What do you think?
Yes, the project is in Domino's hands, and based on where it lands, hopefully we will get a video.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. If you guys decide to do that, I want to invite to the video.
Yes. Okay.
Now, I could be the janitor or something in the background, but
Oh,
I just need the invite to the
for
video.
sure.
Is there any words of encouragement that you would say to the new hip hop community moving forward?
Wow, that's kind of hard, because I was actually thinking about a lot of stuff related to that today, just in general. But you know, just study the old artists, study the art and the history of the art and where it came from,
Mhm.
and be a part of the movement to revive the humanistic aspect of the art, the culture of the art. People like to pretend like, oh, hip hop is for everybody. It can be for everybody, but it wasn't started by everybody.
Right.
So it's important to understand and honor the cultures that are at the root of hip hop, and what it was started for and who it was started for, and the beauty that it has brought to the world. Now they focusing on the negative stuff that the industry has poured into it, but let's look at the beauty that hip hop has brought to the world.
Now, do you do music production too?
I don't. They was trying to teach me a little bit when I was in the studio, but I have no interest. I have no interest. I
Did you come
write,
up?
I sing, I rap, yeah.
Yeah, well, on the song that you guys did you come up with the lyrics right then? Like, did you freestyle them, or did you have a chance to kind of sit down and work with Dale on the lyrics?
I mean, I listen to the beat and I write it right then and there.
Nice.
I never really considered that. Is that considered freestyle? I thought
Pretty
freestyle was
much. I
like,
mean,
oh, is it? Okay.
close
Because if
enough.
you ask me to do it off the dome right now, I can't. But
Okay.
I can sit and I can listen and I can write.
And then put the words to, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
When you first heard the beat, how did they make you feel?
Well, we chose the beats together.
Okay.
So it was I felt like they were kind of to me, they seemed kind of experimental, I don't know, they felt like in alignment with how I see Dell as kind of
Yeah.
fun, experimental, but we chose them together. So
Oh, okay. Okay. So, well, again, let me give you some flowers and just tell you thank you so much for being you and giving me this amazing interview and opening up time for me. I know you guys are busy. You're always busy. You got your book going. You're doing poetry. You helping out the community. I mean, I can't say less. I mean, you are an awesome person. So thank you again, and you deserve all the flowers coming to you.
thank you so much for having me. This was fun.